No, but seriously though, did Checo Perez have a lucky win in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in 2021? What do you guys think? I am still so skeptical about this. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. With you, your server, Manana Manotu, on another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One. Okay, so we all saw, and what a race it was, that Checo Perez won in the 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, also known as the Baku circuit. Baku is the capital of Azerbaijan, but it's not a geography class, it's a Formula One commentary class. Maybe not a class, just kind of like a comment. I am definitely Team Checo forever and always. I mean, come on, he's my paisano. Why would I not be? The thing is, there's this whole dilemma for me. Now, I'm not trying to be controversial, even though it is a very controversial topic. I am most likely trying to state my point. And yes, I'm going to start from the end, because you guys know how much I love starting from the end. And then, little by little, be glossing out, reviewing out my opinion. I think that if Max Verstappen's tires hadn't flattened out, Checo Perez would have never won that race. Screech? Did it sound like a, wheel screech? No, I don't know. I am still struggling finding my sounds. Guys, please link me down below where all you YouTubers find your sounds for your videos, because I really need to stop making sounds with my voice. Anyway, so there's gonna be two sides of the story. A lot of you are gonna be thinking, why are you even thinking about that? He won anyway. Yes, I know. A part of me tells me this and goes like, stop the video and don't say the rest. I could be saving up a lot of time, because it's a long filming day today for me. I have to film 3 to 4 weeks content in one day, because I'm gonna be taking a vacation. Yes, I know, I'm so excited. Anyway, back to the Formula One. Isn't that what we're here? The other part of me, the analytical part, the controversial part, the digging deep part. Wait, we said it wasn't gonna be controversial. Okay, maybe a little, just a tiny bit. So let's say this darker side of me, because we all have a dark side, goes like, wait, he won. But let's remember Monaco. If it weren't for Red Bull's strategy of Max winning, Checo Perez could have actually won that race too. Checo Perez is amazing for street style, and we all know this. All of a sudden, the fastest team in the pit boxes decides to pit their driver, and oh, wait, we took longer than 1.5 seconds on the pit box, meaning Red Bull took around 4 to 5 seconds keeping Checo Perez on the pit boxes so that Max Verstappen would overtake him. Exciting moment. Max Verstappen won. He is now on the top of the driver's standings, something that has not happened since Lewis Hamilton has been world champion. Either way, Max Verstappen is leading the Formula One drivers, and this built a commotion. Everybody is pretty shocked and pretty impressed. Because, I mean, he could very well be the world champion. If you guys do not believe me, I am still standing by my opinion that Max Verstappen can be 2021's world champion. I actually mentioned it in my 2021 drivers predictions video. And Red Bull is definitely winning constructors. There is no doubt about that. But between Max and Lewis, the competition is quite tight. So let's be bold. I'll be Team Max. But going back to Checo, shall we? So Checo was actually leading Monaco, and then he went into boxes. Max Verstappen overtook him, Carlos Sainz overtook him, and so did Lando Norris, making Checo not get a podium, but finishing in 4th. Now, Christian Horner always says, if you're not gonna finish 5 and up, I don't want you. Forget 5 and 4, I want you on the podium. Isn't this what he always used to say to Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly? But when it comes to Checo, I mean, Red Bull had never had such a good second driver. I mean, he is the ideal teammate for Max Verstappen. They get along well, something that had never happened before either. He is behind Max Verstappen without complaining. He knows his position, and he is eternally grateful for being in a top-tier team, something that had actually not happened for Checo Perez in all of his career. So he is comfortable being second driver and kind of playing the defense for Max Verstappen, which we know he does a great job. We'll talk about Baku in a minute. But my question here is, does Checo Perez have the potential to be at the same level of Max Verstappen, and he's just being withheld so that Max Verstappen can actually be the world champion? If we're honest, Max does have much more possibilities of becoming world champion than Checo, but that does not mean that there's not two drivers in the team. I mean, we all know what happens with Red Bull second drivers. Is there a second driver? What I'm trying to say is they're non-existent, a nada, a zero. Second drivers in Red Bull are just the plus one that nobody knows at the party. Checo Perez, even though he's not trying to become first driver yet, if that ever happens, he is trying to make a name out of himself. He goes like, okay, I'll be your second driver, but I will not let you treat me like one. Therefore, if Max Verstappen hadn't gotten out of the race in Baku, would Checo really have won that race? Would Red Bull have allowed for Checo Perez to have a lucky win in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in 2021? My response is a big fat no. I know many of you are actually thinking exactly the same thing I am. But, okay, let's talk about how scared I was for a minute. I already mentioned I am Team Max. I love Lewis Hamilton. All you GOATy fans, don't hate on me. I love the GOAT. But it's time for a change, don't you think? And what better than this really young, talented, new and upcoming driver that has had a longer career than many more veteran Formula One drivers? Anyway, he is insanely talented and he deserves to win this year. And not just that, it's not just about winning. It's more about winning with merit. Once Lewis Hamilton leaves the Formula One, it's gonna be so easy for Max to win. So imagine him winning. It's gonna be kind of like that Rosberg-Hamilton rivalry once again, except that this is Verstappen, Hamilton, Red Bull versus Mercedes. Here, it's not only gonna be about the best driver in the team, it's gonna be about the best driver on the best team. I think it's gonna be until one of the last races when we're actually gonna know who is actually going to be the world champion. Kind of like Rosberg and Hamilton that we found out on literally the last race of the season. What a season that was. And 2021 is giving us that vibe. So I am really happy about the healthy competition. Or maybe not so healthy. Nobody knows what goes on backstage. Either way, it has been an amazing year and it's only been 6 races. We still have a few going on. I'm kind of skeptical about the sprint races, but okay. I don't know, maybe after seeing the first one, I might change my mind. Who knows? Whatever. This video is not about sprint races. This video is about Checo Perez and his lucky win in Azerbaijan 2021. So after Max Verstappen left the race and he was leading in the driver's standings, and I saw Lewis Hamilton overtake Checo for like, what was it, 1 or 2 laps? I was like, we all know how difficult street style circuits are. And I was like, if Lewis Hamilton wins the street style, which he has never been known to be the best at street styles, then that means it's gonna be basically impossible for Max Verstappen to beat him on any other circuit, and it's gonna end up being like 2020. Eventually, we all knew Lewis Hamilton was gonna win. So then, Lewis Hamilton didn't really leave the race, but he did end up in like last place. I was like, okay, relief. Max Verstappen is still leading. Max Verstappen can still be world champion. All we had left was to see Checo Perez. Was he gonna go like, okay, I don't have to defend Max from Lewis anymore, which he did an amazing job defending? Or is he gonna go like, no, I am the second driver, but dude, I wanna win. This is my chance to win, like quite literally. So that's what he did. He literally went turbo, and his car had been having a little bit of trouble during practice and the previous weekend and everything. So I was like, oh, please don't be like the first race insecure, in which it was like 2 laps till he finished the race and he ended up tiring. I didn't want that story to repeat over itself. Thank God it didn't. Another moment. Hashtag relief. So he ended up winning the race, but for a while it seemed like Vettel was gonna win. I love Vettel, but between my paisano and Vettel, well, I think the answer is pretty obvious here. I'm obviously gonna go towards Checo Perez. I loved that Vettel got a second place in a podium because I feel this was redemption for him. This gave him so much confidence for other circuits, but then we go back to the same thing. You can't really judge drivers based on street style or normal circuits, you know? Because drivers that are very good at street style are very different than drivers that are good at normal circuits. I feel that street style drivers are kind of more suave and have more like strategic and a thinking mind to be able to perform well at a street style. And I'm not saying that everybody, but like everybody can perform well on a normal circuit. That is more like you learn it, you practice it, you do it. It's more predictable, let's say. So seeing Vettel, seeing Checo, I thought I was gonna see Daniel there too because he's also very good at street styles, but he has not been adjusting very well to the car. Anyway, that's another story. I don't really like talking about that things, or like juicy things like this topic. But either way, let's round up this video because I think I've extended myself quite a lot talking about what I feel. And as usual, I went through like 80 other million topics while I just had to concentrate on Checo's lucky win. But was it though? Was it really a lucky win? Or was it out of pure raw talent? We all know Checo is a beast. Like he is literally savage. And he's not gonna let anyone step on him. Second driver or not, Checo is here to stay and to prove not only to Red Bull, but to the world what he's really capable of. And now is the best time for him to shine. Literally, he had never had the opportunity to show to the world who he really is. We had always seen him, and for the ones that did see him, because I feel he was always that kind of like underrated driver that nobody really talked about. He was always in the midfield, so he was like a mid driver. Because Pierre Gasly is in the midfield, but he's like a top driver, you know? Checo, on the other hand, was like a midfield driver in a midfield position. So everyone was just like, oh, right, Checo. But then bam, I mean, like they give him this bum-ass Racing Point car last season in 2020, and he gets his first victory in his whole career. And now he's in Red Bull. He asks for 5 races. Bam, 6th race, victory. Talk about proving to the world who you really are as a driver. I think he is uber talented. He is definitely in the right team for him. I do wish he does not get stuck like Valtteri Bottas. The only difference is that Valtteri wants to be the first driver. Checo doesn't mind being the second. He's just grateful for the opportunity that he's gotten yet. I mean, if Checo remains a lot of years in Red Bull and he is still the second driver, I'm not very sure he's gonna take it. But once again, I'm talking about things that aren't happening yet, so let's leave that for another season, shall we? So once again, luck or not, this has definitely been the best Grand Prix of the season so far. Can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for us. Many more unexpected podiums, what do you guys think? Many more drivers achieving new victories. And let's not even get started about 2022, because once the cars are much more equal. Now we'll talk about excitement. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and tell me down below what kind of topic would you like for me to review next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you again next week on another episode of A Girl Talks Formula One.